Step into the arena of minds. On this channel, every move is a clash of strategy, every sacrifice a turning point, and every game a battle for glory. Watch two players push the limits of creativity and calculation, as we bring you the drama, suspense, and excitement of chess like never before. Wesley opens with nf3, a calm yet flexible knight move, like a scout stepping forward to survey the battlefield before the clash begins. Darwin replies with nf6, answering knight for knight, declaring that he's ready to meet Wesley's strategy head-on. Wesley plays c4, pushing his pawn into the center like a spear, claiming space and hinting at dynamic English opening play. Darwin strikes with g6, planning a fianchetto, fortifying his king's flank with a dragon-like bishop lurking in the shadows. Wesley develops nc3, reinforcing his center, building a tight formation, his pieces lining up like disciplined soldiers before war. Darwin breaks with d5, a bold central strike challenging Wesley's setup and saying, "Let's fight for the middle now." Ichilomode. Wesley captures c5. The pawn explodes forward, opening the center and daring Darwin to recapture. Darwin accepts with nxd5. The knight leaps back into battle, standing firmly on the contested central square. Wesley thrusts g, a calm yet sharp move, preparing to fianchetto his bishop and tighten the noose around the dark squares. Darwin brings out bj7. The dragon awakens, pointing its fire-breathing diagonal toward Wesley's future king. Wesley castles kingside. The white king runs to safety, fortifying his castle before unleashing the rooks. Darwin follows with 0-0. Both kings are now tucked away, the calm before the storm begins to rumble. Wesley trades knights with nxc3, simplifying the tension, but secretly setting up new tactical undercurrents. Darwin calmly recaptures with cxc3. His pawn structure bends but doesn't break, creating open lines for counterplay. Wesley plays c5, an immediate central challenge, as if firing the first cannon shot of the battle. Darwin responds n-cheeks. A knight jumps in, controlling the center like a vigilant sentinel ready to strike. Wesley slides his rook to bone, a clever positional idea, preparing counter-pressure along the b-file. Darwin answers with k4. Queens face each other, eyes locked like two generals sizing up the field. Wesley coolly plays k4, trading queens without hesitation, cutting the board open for pure strategy. Darwin accepts q5. His knight takes up the post, and the game shifts toward a sharp positional duel. Wesley's knight flies to g5. A sudden flare of aggression, the white knight threatens chaos near the black king. Darwin brings rabite. Steady defense, the rook slides into place like a shield wall before the storm. Wesley retreats with n4, pulling back to strike again, his knight ready to lead the next wave. Darwin pushes c4. The pawn march splits the board, slicing open potential pathways for his bishops. Wesley plays ba3, a beautiful touch, his bishop cutting deep like a sniper watching the long diagonal. Darwin calmly sets re8, reinforcing his position, his rook eyeing the open file like a predator waiting its turn. Wesley jumps nc5. The knight lands in enemy territory, tightening the grip like a vice. Darwin pushes b6, a counter blow to drive away the intruder, breaking the tension with force. Wesley sacrifices structure with bb4, trading pressure for initiative, his bishop daring to get involved in the crossfire. Darwin answers bf5, an elegant response, developing while holding the center steady under pressure. Wesley strikes e4, a central thrust, pure dynamite in the middle of the board, shouting for control. Darwin counters with bxe5, opening lines and saying, "You can have the center, I'll take the wings." Wesley's bishop captures bx5, regaining material and planting his flag deep in enemy soil. Darwin retaliates with bd7, reconnecting his pieces and preparing to regroup before the next clash. Wesley calmly shifts bc7, cutting across the board, ready to trade fire down the diagonal. Darwin slides rb5, a precise maneuver, reinforcing the queenside as pressure mounts. Wesley activates rxb5, a clean exchange, opening up the A and B files like battle corridors. Darwin replies bxb5, retaking smoothly, and the tension remains perfectly balanced. Wesley brings a bone. Another rook joins the fray, his artillery aligned for the final assault. Darwin calmly plays r8, setting his rook opposite the enemy. The duel of steel intensifies. Wesley steps b4, improving piece coordination, like generals forming their attack lines. Darwin advances s6, pushing a pawn fortress forward, creating space for his bishop to breathe. Wesley quietly plays b1, retreating for a deeper plan, ready to reshuffle and strike again. Darwin plays f5, an aggressive pawn break, cutting the center open, like thunder splitting the sky. Wesley answers b3. The bishop stands tall, anchoring defense and counterstrike in one move. Darwin responds b5, pulling back to safety, his army consolidating before the next wave of fire. Wesley pushes f3, tightening the center with purpose, building a fortress, and quietly preparing for an explosive breakthrough. Darwin mirrors with bd6, bringing his bishop back into harmony as if saying, "I'm ready for whatever comes." Nanin, Wesley advances f4. The pawn rushes like a cavalry charge, aiming to open the queenside for his rooks. Darwin snaps with bx4, capturing boldly, slicing open the flank in a sharp exchange of steel. Wesley strikes back with bxe4, clean and precise, reclaiming balance while keeping all pressure alive. Darwin trades with bp5, forcing simplifications, trying to calm the storm before it grows too wild. Wesley answers bxb5, no hesitation, keeping his initiative alive while clearing the board for rooks. Darwin recaptures x5, pawns collide, creating an open file and turning the queenside into a battlefield. Wesley's rook slides to rxb5, grabbing control, cutting deep into Darwin's territory with surgical precision. Darwin replies c4, a counterstrike, pushing the pawn like a dagger through the center. Wesley calmly plays fire, building energy, preparing a rolling wave of central pawns for the endgame. Darwin answers f6, reinforcing his defenses, trying to hold the cracks together. Wesley strikes fc5, opening the position like tearing down the last barrier before the storm. Darwin counters big c5, recapturing coolly, keeping the material balanced and the fight alive. Wesley brings kf2. The king steps forward, transforming from a spectator to a warrior. Darwin matches with kf7. Both kings march toward the battlefield, signaling that the endgame has begun. Wesley activates bf4. Perfect timing, his bishop cutting lines and choking Darwin's coordination. Iyong so, in my months, inant. Darwin plays k6, trying to centralize and brace for impact, the calm before the next explosion. Wesley shifts rb6, a check like lightning, slicing across ranks and forcing movement. Darwin retreats kd7, ducking away, still clinging to the fragile balance of survival. Wesley keeps the fire going with rb7, relentless pressure, hammering at Darwin's position with mechanical precision. Darwin captures rx7, finally swapping the tormentor, but the damage to his structure is clear. Wesley recaptures kx7, keeping full control, his king now a dominant figure in the open board. Darwin plays k6, searching for counterplay, but the white king's position is already a looming shadow. Wesley calmly kd3, inching forward, every step closer to total domination. Darwin answers kc5, sliding into the open lane, looking for counterchances in the chaos. Wesley pushes d4, the final pawn march, cracking open the middle to unleash his king and bishop. Darwin reacts cxd3, trading pawns, but leaving dangerous weaknesses everywhere. Wesley captures kxd3, his king becomes unstoppable, devouring pawns and claiming the center. Darwin tries kc8, moving back and forth, searching for shelter that doesn't exist. Wesley responds c4, advancing with precision, tightening the noose square by square. Darwin slides kb4, stepping into danger, hoping for miracles on the queenside. Wesley strikes bd2 enu, a check from nowhere, elegant and merciless. Darwin sidesteps kc5, barely surviving, retreating under fire. Wesley continues bc3, controlling the diagonal, locking the black king into a shrinking cage. Darwin pushes g5, a desperate attempt to create counterplay on the king's side. Wesley calmly g4, shutting down all dreams of activity, freezing the black pawns in place. Darwin replies kx. The king wriggles, but finds no escape from the tightening web. Wesley trades bx5, picking off the defender, slicing deep into Darwin's remaining hope. Darwin answers fc5, recapturing automatically, but the position now bleeds weakness. Wesley steps kc2, approaching coolly, his king perfectly orchestrating the endgame. Darwin plays h6, a slow, sad push, as if delaying the inevitable. Wesley moves kb3, advancing relentlessly. The white monarch conquers square by square. Darwin continues kc5, retreating again, trapped in a losing dance. Wesley centralizes kc3, the final move of domination, calm and inevitable, like the closing curtain. Darwin resigns. No tricks left, no hope remaining, the battlefield silent as Wesley So stands victorious. Game over. Wesley So wins 1-0, a masterclass of control, patience, and cold precision that left no doubt who ruled the board today. That's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really motivates me to bring you even more exciting chess games. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.